Good morning, everybody. There's a lot happening, so let's get to it. And the focus of today is going to be silver. But before we get there, I want to set this up. If you noticed in your portfolios, it seems like it's a different horse pulling the wagon, sometimes for extended periods of time. A couple of years back, gold didn't do much, silver, commodities didn't do much, but energy saved our year because up went energy. More recently, we've seen gold have a big run up. Well, there are guys who just look at charts and they're kind of the wonky people. And Walt and I both have a little bit of wonk in us. So let's just look at this is a very scientific chart I'm about to show you. I did this all by myself. Lots of times what you'll see, let's just pretend this is a gold chart because this is kind of what it's looked like recently. So if this were a regular chart, you'd see gold prices going up, down, up, down, up, down, but all kind of in a range. And then suddenly we have breakout. Well, at the top of this, we would call this resistance. So it bangs its head, comes back down, bangs its head, and once it breaks out, you can almost take your fingers and go like this. And the length of that consolidation period, you just arc it up and you're going to find kind of the next range on how this thing goes. By the way, it can also break down. If you're going up, down, and then you break to the downside, same kind of thing, except now you would take it and go like this. Uh-oh. This is what we're seeing in gold right now. We're going to see it we've seen it in oil where we've had the big run up. Anyway, you get the point. But every once in a while, you have something that jumps out that doesn't look like this, but it's something called the cup and handle. Now I'm going to show you a silver chart. This chart goes back to the early 80s. So if you see this first spike over on this side, that is the Hunt brothers in 1979, 1980, trying to corner the silver market. And for some of you, remember back to that day, that was pretty exciting. Up this thing goes. No one could believe it. By the way, the two brothers ended up in jail. It didn't work out so well. And you can see what happens. Down went silver for a very long period of time. By the way, a quick story about this. I had a friend, Ron Brown. He has since passed away. But Ron was a young man in the 1970s. And this is what he did. He was in the gold and silver physical markets, and he got to experience this huge spike up. He had a client who said, Ron, all I want to do is invest this amount of money in silver. And he invested it way before it began the run up, way down here, maybe $2 an ounce on silver. He said, here's my goal. When it gets to here, I will have enough money to buy a hotel on, I think it was St. Bart's in the Caribbean. I just said, just a little hotel. I want to own it outright. I want to rent it out to tourists, hang out with them at the end of the day, watch the sunset, drink the drinks with the little umbrellas in them. And that's my dream life. When it hit $48 an ounce, he sold right near the top. He went and he bought his hotel and he lived his dream. Well, as you can tell by the chart, this doesn't happen all that often. But what I want to show you here, unlike the up, down thing that I just showed you, this is what we call a cup and handle. And it is a very powerful chart. So let me show it to you this way. Draw here. You see the cup? All right, now let's draw the handle. There's the handle. When you break out up here, historically, at least to the chart guys, wonk world, this thing's a slingshot, baby. Up it goes, and it goes way past this high and this high to new all-time highs. And maybe the best way to show this is a chart of silver going back to 1898. And remember when we were doing this thing? Look how flat it was. from the 1940s, 1950. And then Nixon took us off the gold standard in the early 70s. And this is when we start to see this first spike up. And this is where that guy bought his hotel. We want you all to be able to buy your hotel. Whatever that dream is, this could be coming in silver. And a horse that we haven't talked about hauling the wagon up, this last 10 days, 2 weeks, it's been silver. Gold's been going this. Oil hadn't done much. The agriculture, hard commodities, we're in the up-down consolidation period, which is very good. That's okay. It's healthy action. Meanwhile, silver's doing something that isn't just a cup and handle. This isn't a little teacup that has been forming for 2 or 3 years. And you see that kind of thing a lot. This is a 45-year cup. I don't even want to call it a cup. We ought to call it the front loader, some sort of, earth moving thing. This could be one for the ages in silver. So you say, well, Greg, Walt, just throw everything you got in silver. Well, yeah, okay. But every once in a while, it doesn't play out exactly as you think. And it could go back down. You don't make the big bet. You just keep to your discipline. It will be enough, not just to haul the wagon, but probably to bring up a whole bunch of those other hard assets as well. So with that, I will turn it over to Walt, and hope you all have a good rest of the week.